Hey everybody, welcome to Nintendo World Report at Night for Thursday, February 18th, 2016, or as it's more properly known, Fire Emblem Fates Eve. I'm Donald Terriel. Alex was to be here tonight, but he's on assignment. But I am joined by a man who's got more bling than he knows what to do with, our site director, Neal Ronahan.
What up? I guess let's go over this. Got the Star Fox statue. That's pretty fun. There's an unboxing on the site, and I don't like doing unboxings, so it's weird. And I got Mega Man Legacy Collection, which, and I got the special edition, which, if you get any hard copy version, you get these stickers and stuff, and then there's
the stickers.
Oh yeah, this Mega Man sticker. I haven't opened this yet. There's also a code for downloading some songs from Mega Man 1 through 6. There's also these cool postcards, which I guess mail these to your friends for some reason. So there's Mega Man, there's Mega Man 1. The art's really nice.
That's a common bonus in anime DVDs. Postcards.
Okay. There's Mega Man 3.
Okay.
And I guess the pièce de résistance of the Mega Man Legacy Collection, and the reason why it's $50 compared to the $30 of the game, is the gold Mega Man amiibo, which hysterically just comes in an all-white box. And now I kept them intact, right? Mainly to show off how dumb this is.
I think I've seen somebody who is designing a custom back for that amiibo.
Yeah,
I would hope so.
But it's just funny. I'm not that mad because guess what? I'm gonna throw it out.
You know, the $50 price point is hard to swallow, given that it's $15 on PSN and Xbox Live.
Yeah.
And assumingly Wii U, whenever that happens.
If it ever happens.
If it ever happens, yeah.
Gold actually looks pretty nice.
Yeah. The main reason I think they can get away with charging $30 for this thing as a collection is because that's about what the Virtual Console games would cost on 3DS anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
And you're getting bang for your buck with Mega Man Legacy Collection as well. I guess before we go into that, hey Zach, what's up?
Hey Zach.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, Zach is here. He's not in his usual Thursday activity, so we might be able to go a little longer, but I doubt it.
Oh sure. Gina's not even home.
Yeah. Let's spend an hour debating who should go into Project Cross Zone 3 later. That'll be fun.
Yeah. Can that just be the back half of this episode? There's no one to stop us. I'm bringing up the Google Doc now.
Warning: there will be fanboying.
Yeah, we're doing this. We're doing this, guys. I hope you're ready. But anyway, so I guess back to Mega Man Legacy Collection. The package for it is awesome. Actually, the games look amazingly better than they do on Virtual Console. The challenges that come with it as well. I forget how many there are. That there's the same ones that were in the PS4, Xbox One release back in the summer, and then if you have the amiibo, either one will do. You scan that in and you get 11 more challenges, which I just did that before recording. I haven't dove into them at all, but what a lot of them are, it's usually go through these different segments of these stages from all 6 games in rapid succession and try to do it as fast as you can. And you can save replays, set times and stuff. It seems very fun. And the way they do it is that it's basically you'll just go through an area and there will be a little portal at the end that you'll jump in and then you'll teleport to the next one. And I think those are really, really cool. And it's wonderful to play Mega Man games and realize that the Virtual Console games that you've been playing are dumb. Because it's night and day. I was surely the NES Virtual Console games that I have on my 3DS don't look that bad. Oh no, they look that bad.
Wow.
Either that, or I guess the Mega Man Legacy Collection looks that good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks good. Are all the filters present in the 3DS game?
No, I haven't. What do you mean, filters? As in?
TV resolution, monitor resolution, old CRT resolution with this.
Between Mega Man and Rockman, you can change the language to Brazilian Portuguese, as well as Russian, Japanese, Spanish, German, Italian, and French, and English. button configurations. It doesn't look like there's any TV settings.
Okay.
And we talked about before the show, and I didn't tell you guys yet, how it handles 3D. Is that, here, I'll boot up Mega Man 2 to kind of show an example. Is that, like, if you see, this is the visual aid, if you look at the top screen there, it has, so it has that border. You can turn the border off, but no matter what, like, that will just be black instead of having the art from the game.
Okay.
And when you have the 3D on, like, this jumps out a little bit, and then that settles into the background. And it looks cooler than I thought it would.
Like a reverse arcade cabinet.
Yeah. Like I mean, it would have been really cool if it was just straight up like Mega Man 3D Classics. But I like that they did something as opposed to just being like, oh, it's all 2D.
Well, I'm surprised the filters aren't there because that's kind of what the PS4 and Xbox versions were sold on. Oh, you can play it with all the flicker and slowdown of a CRT TV.
Well, that's there. It's just that there's no option to turn it off. Like, it runs like the original games ran. But it looks way cleaner.
Because that was the goal, I think, of the whole thing, was to create like a NES perfect version of all these Mega Man games, because the development team that's behind this collection is
interested in game preservation.
Yeah, Frank Cifaldi, who was formerly of Lost Levels, is one of the guys who was working on this.
I'm just surprised that they...
And Mike Micah is also at Digital Eclipse, who's like a legendary game collector who's been around for a very long time.
I'm shocked that they got rid of the newer filters. Oh well, I'll probably still buy it.
Yeah, I got it on pre-order. It's just going to be a little bit over your U.S. price once all the discounts are applied. So I'll be looking forward to that end of next week, probably.
Nice.
Yeah, there should be a full review up on the site. Like, it's one of those things that, like, I could probably sit down and write something now, but like I want to spend some more time with it. It'll probably be up Monday. The whole thing comes out on Tuesday next week, February 23rd.
Now, I assume Mega Man 1 still blows.
Oh, yes. God. I figured, like, all right, I need, for completionist's sake for this review, I need to play some Mega Man 1. God, I hate Mega Man 1. Yes. But then I played 2, and it was just like, oh, yeah, this is
this is the good shit.
Yeah, and I'm nearly done 2. And I played a bunch of, and I like those challenges a whole lot. Although I'm secretly, or not so secretly, not that great at Mega Man games. Part of that is because I was never really into them when I was younger. Like, my affection for Mega Man, like, I always liked the character, but I never really got into the NES games until actually Mega Man 9. Mega Man 9, like, I played that, I was like, whoa, this is incredible. You're telling me there's 8 other games similar to this? Because I think what killed me was that my introduction to Mega Man was Mega Man 1. Mega Man 1 and Mega Man, what is it, like Wily's Revenge, the Mega Man 1 Game Boy game. Like, that was my introduction, so I played those and was like, well, these suck. And moved on with my life. Although I was very proud, I finally beat Mega Man 1 on Game Boy when the Virtual Console version came out. And that was a game I had. I think there was a time when I had my Game Boy where I had, like, that, Super Mario Land 2, and, like, DK94, and that was it. And I beat Super Mario Land 2 and DK94 a lot, but I never beat Mega Man Wily's Revenge when I was little. So that was nice.
The thing that makes Wily's Revenge even more punishing than Mega Man 1 is that the camera zoomed so far in.
Yeah.
So you can't see anything around you.
It's, oh man. The save states were used to beat that game. I didn't abuse it, but I basically would give myself more frequent checkpoints than the game would allow.
Oh, yeah.
Indeed. And Neal, I don't know if you know this, but there is a very easy way to get a whole bunch of E-Tanks right off the start in Mega Man 3.
I think I know that.
Yeah, 1 dot's all you need.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I know this one.
And you can do save states and stuff in this too. I mean, it's like, on paper, it's very similar to the Virtual Console games and like function. It just looks way better. And there's like, they have all, like, the concept art. There's some of the stuff on the 3DS version isn't in other versions. Like, I think they have, like, the NES boxes. There's more of that.
Oh, that's cool.
In the 3DS version than was in the original Xbox One and PS4 versions.
Nice. Now, where's that Mega Man Land collection we were supposed to get on the Game Boy Advance 12 years ago?
I think they upgraded it to the Zero Collection for DS.
Yeah. Better
But
games.
I actually have the first 4 Mega Mans on my 3DS already. I should probably get 5 at some point.
5 is really good.
Just wait on your oh, you're talking about the Game Boy ones. Yeah, I think I got 1, and then I think I got 4 because it was on sale. I don't think 5 has been on sale yet. Either that or I just forgot to get it when it was on sale.
Oh,
Yeah.
5 Mega Man 5 on Game Boy. I don't like it as much as 4, even though
I thought 5.
5 is all original content.
That's
But
there was like a
level
a
designs
weird
are
new-
nowhere near as interesting as 4.
Okay.
All right, but we'll probably have more Mega Man chat next week once the collection's actually out and some other folks have had a chance to play it. But just a couple of brief news things here before we go completely crazy. Nintendo account launched on Tuesday night, and Miitomo registration opened up very early Wednesday morning. I'm assuming we've all taken the plunge at this point.
I didn't do
Yes.
Miitomo because I don't give a shit about it, but I did my Nintendo account.
Yeah, I did both. I'm curious to see what Miitomo is when it comes out and how it works, and if people care.
Yeah. I signed up for both. For a second there, I thought I was going to be the only Donald on there. Then I realized, oh yeah, this is using my Mii's name.
Yeah. I saw that tweet. I didn't have the heart to just be like, "Hey, man, that's not how it works."
Yeah, darn. But it was a pretty painless process, except for getting the site to load the first time. But well, that's just the site getting hammered, I guess.
Yeah, no, I had no issues with it, and I did both of them. Well, I did the Nintendo account the night before, and then Miitomo. I woke up, opened up my phone, followed the link, registered, done. I'm very, very encouraged by this first step into this brand new mobile and new account system.
Yeah.
And it seemed like maybe the accounts can transfer to different regions, because I know I had the option there to switch to like France, England, Japan.
Yeah.
Oh.
So maybe that's a sign that we're finally going to hashtag end region lock on the next round of systems that actually use this Nintendo account, because it seems like the NNID is basically dead with the 3DS and Wii U.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
I'll be curious to see how that. What the fuck, cat? Come on.
I think he's dropping off an NX rumor.
Yeah. What's that? What's that, girl?
2016.
2016, and it's not gonna have any buttons. You're crazy.
Ah.
Oh, great! I think we scared the cat away.
No, she just went to the other side.
So that was it. I guess the other big news of the week is the new releases, which is basically Fire Emblem Fates and a whole bunch of NES games that involve beating the crap out of people.
Yeah, true.
One of them is very good.
Which one is very good?
Ninja Gaiden 2. I think Ninja Gaiden 2 is a very good game.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Well, Ninja Gaiden, like the first one on NES, which is also, I think that's on Wii U, and I think Ninja Gaiden 1, 2, and 3 are now on Wii U, and 3DS Virtual Consoles.
Okay.
Poison. I think I think that the first one is better, but the first one also has way more bullshit about it. Because that's the one where it's like got that long string of levels where there's like a bug that like if you die near the end, then you just restart at the beginning of the entire world.
Oh.
And like that's horrendous. But like I love 1, despite that fact. And 2 is also very, very good and probably on paper better. But I still carry a torch for 1. And 3 is, I don't know, I think they stuck the B team on that game. It's nowhere near as good. I think that was just one of those late generation NES games where they're like, we can milk this, right? Just crap out another one. Let's go.
My favorite Ninja Gaiden is Ninja Hackleman 3.
From Retro Game Challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Ninja Gaiden 2 and 3 were actually the last 2 NES games I got before I got rid of my system. And I got way farther in 2 than I did in 3, but that's because 3 limits continues, bastards.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
3 is a good game to have on a virtual console with save states. the only way I've ever beaten it.
Yeah, and the other one, well, I suppose if you're down for the adventures of Bimmy and Jimmy, go grab Double Dragon 3, which, well, I'm pretty sure that's the only one of the first Double Dragon games to get an Angry Video Game Nerd video on it.
Oh.
So
I'm holding out hope for Double Dragon and Battletoads.
I think you'll be waiting a long time.
I think so too.
That might be in like Rare Replay 2 or something, just because, well, because I know Arc System Works has the rights to Double Dragon now.
Yeah.
And it's more likely that they would go to Microsoft and get the rights to Battletoads than it would for an Xbox One release, and it would to go the other way.
Yeah, I'm sure that's right.
But I'm kind of hoping now that maybe we get to Super Double Dragon before the Wii U turns over.
Oh, I forgot that existed.
I like that game a lot more. I'm reading the Wikipedia page for Double Dragon 3, trying to figure out if I ever played it. I think I did. I don't remember liking it very much.
Yeah, because I mean, we talked about Ninja Gaiden 3 restricting you in continues. Double Dragon 3 restricts you in lives because you have one and that's it. The only thing is you can beat up a couple of bosses to get them to actually sort of join your party, but once everybody goes down, it's game over.
Yeah, speaking of collections, I'd like I don't know who Nickelodeon's working with these days on Ninja Turtles besides Platinum, but wouldn't it be cool to have a like Ninja Turtles collection that had the arcade game and Turtles in Time and the Manhattan Project and that Power Gem game from the Genesis?
That's another licensing disaster because the early Turtles games are Konami, then Ubisoft had the license for a while.
True. Well, Ubisoft had, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
But I mean, there was some agreement reached because I mean, some of those games did come out on Virtual Console.
And then they were pulled.
The first NES one I know was pulled.
And that's the only one that ever came out.
The arcade game came out on Xbox Live Arcade.
Right.
And I think that might not be there anymore.
Yeah, that got yanked as well. I think that was a limited time deal.
I think that might have been when Ubisoft lost the license or gave up the license. I don't know if it was necessarily they got it pulled from them. I think they were just like, no, we're done with this. We tried that Smash Brothers game. It didn't work.
Oh, that's right.
The one, Neal, were you still the only person who actually bothered to play that game at E3?
I mean, this is a story that I really enjoyed telling. This would have been, I think it would have. Zach, you were at this E3. Yeah, you were at that E3. So E3 2009, the first one I ever went to. I was really looking forward to playing this Turtles Smash Brothers game because I like Smash Brothers. I like Turtles. Seemed like a cool thing to check out. Yeah. So I go over to the demo station. There's no one there. Pick up a controller. There's like a guy waiting there. Works for Ubisoft. Like was clearly just like, oh, okay, like I'm not doing anything. No one's playing this demo. Picked it up. I was like, hey man, how do you play? He's like, it's like Smash Brothers. I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm trying to figure it out, and he just destroys me, like annihilates me. Like I lasted like a minute and a half trying to figure out this game, and then like figured like, all right, surely he can't be that much of a dick in the second game. Oh, he was worse. Then after that, I put down the controller and left. I did come back later on in the show and actually played it more against humans. But like that was just like I was I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to handle myself because it was probably like a QA guy who had just been like testing the game and got really good at it and didn't give a shit.
There was a guy like that playing Code of Princess at E3 who was clearly worked on the game and had gotten most of the characters up to level 99.
Wait, Code of Princess had multiplayer?
Oh no, he was playing it by himself.
Oh.
And it does have online multiplayer.
I don't know. I think once I got the Bard, I think that's when I put that down and just never went back to it. So. But speaking of princesses, obviously the biggest release of the week or releases, Fire Emblem Fates comes out on the eShop in about 2 hours.
Are you ready?
My copy is currently winging its way across the country. I believe it is shipping from BC, which is basically Washington State, to here. So it's supposed to be on overnight shipping, but now they're saying it's not going to show up until Tuesday.
Yeah, I've been noticing that because I ordered a copy on Amazon that's not getting to its destination until Monday.
Oh,
And
geez.
despite the fact that I got a notification on my phone about it that was just like, it'll get there Friday. And I was like, but you said it was, and then I went to the website and it was like, oh no, it's Monday. And I've heard that from a lot of people that their copies of Fire Emblem are being shipped out now, but not getting anywhere until Monday.
Yeah.
So release date shipping my ass.
I know that there's at least one friend of myself and Zach who his original day was saying like Tuesday, and then it jumped to Friday. So at this point, who the hell knows?
Yeah. Maybe it'll show up tomorrow. Who knows? Check the mail.
Fingers crossed. I'm under a lot of pressure to get this quickly because my roommate is a Fire Emblem fan from way back, and he apparently has it out for me for playing this game on casual. Which
oh no.
There will be something about that, I think, at some point.
Yeah.
On the website.
There probably will be. Play Fire Emblem however the hell you want to play it, and don't be a dick. Let people be people.
Yeah.
I will be making a bid to try to get a special edition of this game at Nintendo NY. Their new store in Rockefeller Plaza in New York City.
The $80 special edition.
Yeah. Well, I mean. Well, here's the one kind of funny thing about the special edition is so part of the appeal is that you get Conquest, Birthright, and Revelation all in one package. Which, as far as what we know about it, is that it's $40 for the game, then $20 for each thing. So the $80 seems like okay, yeah, that seems like it's a good deal. You get some bonus stuff in there too. But there's a promotion that I don't know how long it's going to go for. But if you buy the game for $40. You get Birthright, or you get the opposite one for $20. Then, when you go to buy Revelation, I believe you'll get that for 50% off.
Oh.
So if you just go to, buy one version and then get everything else on the eShop, I think you'll save $10.
Wow.
But I'm gonna make my bid for the special edition because I like the idea of having all three versions on one cartridge.
Oh, it's all on one cartridge?
Yeah.
Damn.
There is a lot of data shared between the three of them. So apparently, if you do eShop your first game, the file sizes for the other two won't be that big.
Yeah.
Oh.
But
that makes sense.
Yeah, but it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. And like I said, hopefully my copy gets here tomorrow. But if not, I've got Project Crosszone 2 to play. But
Yay.
I think the only thing I'm not buying for this release is that limited edition 3DS, and
I don't. Who will? Collectors. That's when I feel like there has to be diminishing returns on all of these special limited edition 3DSs. That you have. I know there are people out there, and good for you, man. There are people out there that just buy every 3DS that comes out, and they have a collection of here's my 35 3DSs. That's great. But that doesn't seem like that's a market to get people to go buy stuff. And I feel like, okay, yeah, the Zelda 3DSs, maybe there's some potential there. But I think when you're getting into Fire Emblem and here's Persona Q, I don't know how many people are gonna rush it. Oh yeah, the Monster Hunter 4. Monster Hunter 4 one I think looks very nice.
Yeah, and it had inherent advantages that it was out on new 3DS launch day.
Yeah, and I mean once again, I have the Majora's Mask one because it came out on new 3DS launch day.
I wanted that one, but everyone was out.
Yeah, I got mine at a Target. I was the fourth person out of 4 systems. I was there when it opened. But
yeah,
no, I'm really excited for Fire Emblem. If it were I'm kind of pissed off that this and Project Crosszone 2 come out in the same frickin' week because they're so similar in concept. And they're both going to be so long, and I kind of I think that Fire Emblem's gonna supersede it, Project Crosszone 2 for me. So that's why I'm kind of trying to get to a point where I can just pick it up, which is just finish a chapter because the story's nonsense and the gameplay is really easy to jump into. Yeah,
and it never changes ever.
Yeah. So. Zach, you talked about it before the show, but just to reiterate, have you started hating Project Crosszone 2 yet?
Just today at Chapter 30, I think I'm 26 hours in. not positive on
just
that.
Disappears when you play that game.
Yeah,
like,
it does.
I was going to go to bed last night. I was just like, no, I'll play a chapter of Project Cross Zone 2. Hour and a half later, I'm like, oh, holy shit. It's 2 in the morning.
But
I gotta get up in the morning.
But at chapter 30, like, in earnest, they're like, well, this is the boss rush now. We're just throwing bosses at you.
Are you near the end now?
Well, based on the fact that there were only 40 chapters in one, I suspect I'm getting close.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, it's all boss characters. And, you know, these games are so silly because, you know, you'll fight M. Bison 15 times, and he never dies. He just says, well, I thought I could beat you,
I'll see you next time.
Dies. And he leaves.
But that's Bison in Street Fighter too. Don't forget.
Oh sure, yeah, no, of course.
Except for in 3, he's dead in 3.
And that's why they're never doing
briefly dead in 3.
No, yeah. he's not even in 3 at all because they have a new guy, Gil.
Yeah.
And that's why they're never revisiting 3 because Bison's too popular to leave out.
But yeah, Cross Zone 2 is. You know, I think that Neal's right that the extra stuff, the in-between stages customization it does add to the experience. You can set different skills for your characters, which actually it's all a hassle because you have, by the time where I am in the game, you have like 1 billion characters, and you have to set skills on all of them, and you have to set equipment on all of them and go through all the equipment to make sure you're maxing it out. There's no button that says, you know, do the best equipment for my characters.
Yeah, I'm already at that point, and I'm at chapter, 9. And it's still like, I don't know, I'll just cycle through and be like, does this one give more stats? Cool.
Right.
Neal, have you even hit the Nintendo characters, Neal?
Yeah, no, well, I mean, you run into them, the prologue, you
run into Chrome and Lucina in the prologue, and then they disappear.
I think like 2 or 3 chapters ago, I got Fiora.
Yeah. In the graveyard.
There was, but I love. Oh man, the chapter names are so good because
yes, they are.
There was one really good one in the first one because I put about 10 hours into Project Cross Zone 1 last weekend, and then got the sequel and just was like, yeah, you know what, I'm done with 1. I need to move on to 2 because there's more characters that I care about in 2.
Really? I think there are so many more. They're so obscure.
But I think that the obscure jives with me more. There was obscure in the first one that it's like I don't care about Resonance of Fate. I carry no torch for fighting Vipers. There are a lot of games that I didn't know existed until I played Project Cross Zone 1.
Yeah, me too.
I think they had a character from Namco Cross Capcom or something in.
Well, I mean, this is kind of a sequel to Namco Cross Capcom in a weird way.
This is a sequel to Namco X Cross Zone.
And man, some of the writing in this, friend of the show, Sarah McNulty, she pointed out about how the 2 main characters just this weird sexual tension between them, and they're agents for this spy agency, and it's just
You mean Reiji and Jaume, or however you say their names?
Where it's just you'll do an attack, and it's just Reiji's just I'm gonna pinch your butt later. It's what? Where did that come from, guys?
She says, "I'm ready for my punishment, master."
Yeah, it's just weird. And I think it's the only video game I've ever played that uses douche nozzle in the localization. And it's kind of funny because you have on one hand you have all the stuff with Fire Emblem where it's they're censoring it. It's dudes, just play Project Cross Zone 2. Yeah. There were a couple dudes at Namco Bandai. A couple dudes at Bandai Namco that someone was just hey, can you guys localize this game? Get it done within the next year. And they were just, as far as I can tell, they just did a lot of drugs and were all right. So punishment, butt pinching, douche nozzle. It's and all the characters are just written so. It's if you took all these characters that are primarily from serious games, and then we're just all right, let's take Chun-Li and then just twist her a little bit. Let's take Phoenix Wright. Well, okay, Phoenix Wright was always kind of a little weird. Let's take Heihachi, and now he needs Phoenix Wright as a lawyer. Let's twist it.
Right.
And it's glorious.
You're my client.
and I think that because of some of those connections, like Heihachi being Phoenix Wright's upcoming defendant. I think some of that stuff kind of makes the story flow a little better than the first one, because the first one's just total nonsense where I think there was some kind of plot going on, but I didn't know what was happening, whereas in this one it's a lot more straightforward, and I think some of that happens because I think they do a better job of doling out the characters in this one.
No. Wrong. I can tell you right now, the story still doesn't make any goddamn sense in 2, and you as much as you know about the story is about as much as I know about the story right now, because this game is really good, and so is Project Crosszone 1, about a bad guy being beat, and he says, "Oh, well, at least my plan is, coming to fruition." And a good guy will say, "What are you talking about, not Cosmos, Tielos?" And she's like, "Whatever, guys, I don't have to tell you shit." And she leaves. That's like the end of every chapter in this game.
It's so good.
It is good.
So good.
I worry this is going to end up on our top 10 list at the end of the year just because it's so stupid. It's amazing.
It really should.
Right now, well, actually, I mean, I have my running tally of my games of the year, and I think that by the end of this week, it's gonna overtake Paper Jam. I love this game. It's real dumb, but it's the best kind of dumb. It's Hyrule Warriors level of dumb.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So how can we make this dumber? Who can we throw in this just to make it even more?
All right. So
go down that road again.
We're gonna take a dark path right now. That's gonna make us go for entirely too long, but who cares? So I sent an email out to Zach, and then Donald got looped into it too, about what characters would we want to see in future Project Crosszone games. So we have a list.
God knows they'll make them. I think these games sell okay.
So we have a list of.
Your list first.
Well, I have. Are you in the Google Doc? Because the Google Doc is just everything combined.
Oh, okay.
And honestly, the only thing that I would have added to that, what we had on that document, is maybe the guys from Xillia, because at least I've heard of them.
Yeah.
Xillia is good. Yeah.
Okay, so we have probably 50 characters here.
We already have Vesperia.
For people who don't know, Project Crosszone, it's Sega, Namco, and Capcom. There was some Nintendo love in Project Crosszone 2. That was mainly because.
Dude, just gotta say, Metal Face and what's her name,
Fiora.
That's not the only Xenoblade love you get.
Yeah.
But you got to get 30 chapters.
It'll be worth it, man. It'll be worth it. But I mean, let's face it. I mean, the Xenoblade love's there because Monolith Soft developed this game. They also developed the Xenoblade games. But so we set up some minor guidelines, which is so we came up with pair characters and solo characters. Because in the game you have the main unit will be a pair of characters, and then there's solo units that you can attach to those pairs.
Right, so you can have Chris and Jill from Resident Evil or your pair.
And then you can add Phoenix Wright as the solo character.
Yeah.
Some of the solo characters do come in pairs because it's Phoenix Wright and Maya.
Right.
We have a couple Nintendo characters because we think if there's a third one, they'll probably still have that Nintendo love. And I think that Square should get in on this nonsense. So we have a couple Square characters too. So we're just going to go through this. And I guess the goal is to come up with 5 pairs and 5 solo ones that we think would be the best ones to make it into the game. So this is going to get messy. I think what I'm going to do is, I'll read off, and during one of this, I'll format this Google Doc how I think makes the most sense. So our Sega pairs, Axe Battler and Tyrus Flare from Golden Axe, Beat and BD Joe from Jet Set Radio and Crazy Taxi, respectively. I from Super Monkey Ball and Billy Hatcher, Sonic and Knuckles. And this one we had different ones because sometimes in the game they have where like it's two guys from the same franchise, or it's like one from one franchise and one from another one.
Right.
So Zach put in I and Mei Mei from Super Monkey Ball. Classic Knuckles and Sonic Boom Knuckles. Vice and Ica from Skies of Arcadia, and Gunstar Red and Gunstar Yellow. So what are our favorites?
This is the thing. Those characters need actual names.
But I mean, they don't have any.
No.
I'm assuming we've already used the Daytona USA car and the car from Fighting Vipers. I think they might be the same, actually, now that I think about it.
Yeah, I do have the car
Neal,
from Outrun.
The car from Outrun and the Daytona car can be a pair unit. And then the crazy taxi can be the solo unit.
Yeah.
Bring me BD Joe or bring me Death. Damn it. All right, so who should? Well, I guess there's one easy one that we can kind of make the decision on. Do we want to have a straight Monkey Ball one, or have Monkey Ball and Billy Hatcher?
I think Monkey Ball and Billy Hatcher is better.
Okay, so we'll take off I and Mei Mei. And then do we want like the 2D Sonic and Knuckles, or do we want Classic Knuckles and Sonic Boom Knuckles? I kind of like Classic Knuckles and Sonic Boom Knuckles a whole lot.
I think that'd be funny.
Okay, so if
this game's got enough drugs, we might as well throw some steroids in the mix.
I think just because they don't have names, let's take off Gunstar Red and Gunstar Yellow.
Ryan is displeased by this.
And then, all right, so I'll fight a dude for these Golden Axe characters. I think that's too perfect. I almost was gonna I feel like I don't know. Maybe we replace Axe Battler with Gilius Thunderhead, the dwarf.
Oh, ooh.
Yes.
Yes.
Because I feel like that fits the vibe of the game more.
If nothing else, you get some good short jokes out of it.
Then Beat and BD Joe. Where do we stand on that?
I could do without them, honestly. BD Joe's nothing without the car.
Yeah.
And I think we've got our vehicular representation elsewhere.
Oh yes.
I and Billy Hatcher. You know what? Even though we just made the decision to keep that one over I and Mei Mei, I think I'm okay with I and Billy Hatcher going the way of the dodo, just like Billy Hatcher did, quite literally. He did show up in the Sonic Racing game.
He did.
Yeah. And I think if all right, let's leave these three for now.
Okay.
Gilius Thunderhead and Tyrus Flare, which is like the dwarf and the Amazon from Golden Axe. Classic Knuckles and Sonic Boom Knuckles, and Vice and Ica from Skies of Arcadia.
I think those guys, Vice and Ica, need more love, but we'll come back to them. I think.
Yeah, no, like they're not leaving. Like those three are in for right now. And I think if you were to be like, hey, which of these three would fit in the Project Crossend world? Oh, it's Vice and Ica. I'm kind of surprised they haven't shown up already.
Yeah, that's true.
So here's our Sega solo character. Sega was the one that had the most representation out of all these, although Capcom's up there. But so for Sega, we got Knights, the car from Outrun, Echo the Dolphin, Agent G from House of the Dead, Danica Patrick from Sonic Racing Transformed, Amigo from Samba de Amigo, Joe Musashi from Shinobi, and Alex Kidd from Alex Kidd.
Now, something I want to say about Agent G. You know how every character, every solo character, when they do their final move, there's a little, kind of a cutscene, and they say something? His could be "Suffer like I did."
I think Agent G is a really good fit. I mean, the licensing for Danica Patrick would never happen.
That's.
But I just put that.
I think racing made sense. I think it's like, all right, so you're going to be in this weird anime game, probably going to make some weird, uncomfortable sex joke in your direction, because that's what happens with every female character in this goddamn game.
Nope. She gets enough of that in NASCAR now.
Yeah. There is already Shinobi representation, and I kind of like their Shinobi better.
That's true.
So we'll take off Joe.
Get rid of Knights. Knights doesn't do anything.
Knights is lame.
As much as it pains me, I think the car from Outrun has to go.
I mean, the car from Outrun could still make a cameo. They could drive around in the car from Outrun or something.
Yeah, like maybe that's like the ship for Project Crescent 3.
and they put some of the songs from Outrun 3D in his background music at that point.
Yes. All right, so we're taking off the car from Outrun.
Echo the Dolphin would be funny, but doesn't make sense on anything but water.
Yeah, and I think does Echo the Dolphin like? I mean, he's got the sonar stuff, but I don't think he can actually communicate with humans. He can like.
You'd have to pair him up with somebody who can talk to.
Who can speak dolphin.
Oh yeah.
or understands animals at any rate.
Right.
His
so we got.
Jack could be raping you in his dolphin cave.
All right. So I think 8. So let's try to get each of these to 3, at least. So how do we feel? Do we want to keep Amigo, Alex Kidd, and Agent G?
Like if I'd get rid of any of those, I'd get rid of Alex Kidd just because who fucking cares about Alex Kidd?
Yeah. I think Alex Kidd is like a joke, but not that good of a joke.
Yeah. Like Amigo makes more sense.
I love me someday Amigo. Very fun game.
Yeah.
Namco pairs are next. So this is a little bit shorter. Pac-Man and Clyde, the Ghost. Right. Pac-Man and Ms. Pac-Man. Mitsurugi and Taki from Soul Calibur. Dig Dug and Mr. Driller. Lloyd and Colette from Tales of Symphonia.
I think you'd want to. There's probably better humor potential if you keep Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man over Pac-Man and Clyde.
All right, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
And what about? I like the Soul because there is like Natsu or whatever from Soul Calibur 5.
Yeah, but nobody knows who the fuck she is.
I was just like, who's this other ninja? And I think it was just like, we need a ninja.
Right.
Namco, do you have any more ninjas?
Shocked that they didn't use Taki.
Yeah. Taki seems like a good fit.
And I think because they already have a Tails pair, so.
Right.
Yeah, we can take off Lloyd and Colette. Dig Dug and Mr. Driller.
Well, we're assuming that they retain everybody from 2.
Which they didn't quite do from 1 to 2.
No. So they could easily replace whoever these 2, let me see, Yuri and Flynn.
Yeah.
They could replace Yuri and Flynn with Lloyd and Colette.
Yeah. Although I think Yuri might have been in 1 as well.
Yeah, they were both in 1.
Yeah. What about Dig Dug and Mr. Driller?
I just think that's a funny pairing, but they don't talk.
Yeah. How about for the Namco pairs, we'll keep Pac-Man as Pac-Man. We'll keep Mitsurugi and Taki, and we'll cut the other ones.
Okay.
Okay. Namco Solo. Mappy. Ivy from Soul Calibur. Tamagotchis. The Prince from Katamari, and Klonoa.
I really like first of all, I really like the Tamagotchis because that's totally out of left field. Nobody even remembers Tamagotchis. That's
what I almost for Sega Solo. I almost put the things from Choo Choo Rocket.
Yeah, the only because I didn't even know Namco owned Tamagotchi.
I think Bandai does.
Yeah, right. That's probably where that came from. But I think I think. Instead of the Prince maybe from Katamari, what about the King of All Cosmos?
They could both. I mean, it's a solo unit, but they often call in other characters. Like Ulala throws in like 6 different characters to do damage.
But
so you can have the whole the King of All Cosmos family rolling balls around on the bad guy.
But then I feel like the King would be the better character to talk to.
Oh, to talk to? Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So yeah, let's change that to King of All Cosmos. And I think we can probably cut Mappy. It's a good joke, but
poor Mappy.
Yeah.
I think Ivy as a Soul Calibur representation is good. I love the King of All Cosmos. I like Klonoa because I don't want to see Klonoa die.
Yeah.
Klonoa's dead though.
Spoilers, dude. And then the Tamagotchis, which I think that's funny, but I think if I had to cut one from these four, it's the Tamagotchis.
Tamagotchis. All right.
Yeah.
All right, Capcom pairs: Mega Man and Proto Man, Stein and Bouncer.
Love the next one. God.
Now we got deep cuts.
Zack and Wiki, Joe and Sylvia from Beautiful Joe.
I reviewed Spyborg.
Remember when Spyborgs looked good?
No.
Remember when it sold like 1,000 copies in its launch month? Back when people were still buying Wii U third-party software.
I think I might have
played that at E3.
Yeah. And then
they the next month.
Yeah, and I just remember I got that game and I started playing it and I was just like, this is it? It looked so promising and it was just terrible.
Yeah. I think we need to cut those guys for now, just because I don't even think Capcom would acknowledge their existence anymore.
Zack and Wiki. I don't really like that game, but I think they'd be a good fit for this game.
Do they talk though?
I believe so.
Okay, I've never played it.
It's on the Wii U now. If you want to get it
for $20, which I'm not going to pay for.
Beautiful Joe 100% needs to be in this damn game.
Yes.
It's bullshit that he hasn't played it yet.
And if you want to know why, you can listen to Radio Free Nintendo this weekend, where they do a retroactive on Beautiful Joe.
Oh, no, that game is good, except the bosses.
Yeah, the boss rush at the end isn't great. It's a Kamiya staple. So get ready for that Star Fox Zero boss rush.
Great.
The other Capcom pairs, Mega Man and Roll from Mega Man Legends. I guess Mega Man Volnut is his proper name.
Yeah.
Edward Falcon and Rouge from Power Stone. And Barry Burton and Claire Redfield from Resident Evil.
To replace Jill and Chris. Yeah. Let's get rid of Edward Falcon and Rouge, because nobody fucking played Power Stone.
Because you brought up Power Stone, and I actually looked at the characters from Power Stone and then realized from looking at the names that I have no idea who any of the characters from Power Stone are.
Yeah.
Despite really enjoying that game.
Yeah, that's the problem. That is a good game, but nothing memorable about it.
I think we need to get one of the Mega Man groups out of here, and actually, because they have X and Zero already, so...
Yeah, but they could be replaced.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think, and I know they had a Mega Man Legends character at least in the first game. I don't know if she got replaced for this one.
That was Tronbon, and she's not in 2.
Nah, that's a bummer. I like her.
It is. I love Tronbon.
So there's kind of precedent for having Legends characters in this game.
True.
But I guess also,
bring her back! Bring back Tronbon!
What if it was Mega Man and Tronbon?
Falnut and Tronbon?
Yeah.
That would be better. I would like that. That would
All
be
right,
great.
let's take out the Mega Man. And we'll put Mega Man and Tronbon. Tronbon. Joe and Sylvia, yes.
Yes.
All right, Zack and Wiki are Barry Burton and Claire Redfield.
I think there has to be Resident Evil representation.
Yeah, let's take out Zack and Wiki, unless there's any argument from... Okay. Capcom Solo, Palicos from Monster Hunter, Rad Spencer from Bionic Commando, Sissel from Ghost Trick, Amaterasu, or Amy from Okami, Regina from Dino Crisis, and Captain Blue from Beautiful Joe.
This
is a stacked lineup here.
Yeah, I'll say then, for the sake of argument, that I think you more likely would have a hunter who would summon the Palicos if you wanted to get Monster Hunter in there, but I'm not sure if Capcom would let Monster Hunter into this game, and if you wanted to do that, then you'd probably be better off having a Great Jaggy or something as a boss instead of
yes. That's a good idea.
With because there's not, aside from the the Palicos are kind of iconic, but really what you come to Monster Hunter for is the big boss monsters.
Yeah. And none of the hunters have names.
Yeah.
Yeah. So cut the Palicos?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to say that Regina from Dino Crisis only makes sense if she summons a bunch of fucking dinosaurs.
I think we should cut Regina from Dino Crisis.
Yeah.
I think we should cut Sissel, because what's he going to do?
Possess the enemy and beat himself up?
Yeah.
That'd be pretty funny, really.
You know what? Yeah. Keep it Sissel, damn it.
It could be Sissel and the girl. The girl could, like, beat him up, too. I don't know.
No, it has to be Sissel
and the investigator.
It has to be Sissel and Missile.
Let's get rid of Rad Spencer, because
you know what?
It's not elite forces, so fuck it.
Do we want to bring up the obvious spoiler for Bionic Commando 2009?
That it's bad. That's fine. We don't need to go further than that. Like if it weren't for that damn game, like oh man, that game is the worst thing about Bionic Commando 2009 is that there are parts of it that are pretty cool.
Yes.
The story's like grimdark garbage, and it takes like Bionic Commando Rearmed was like pure brilliance, and then they're like, and then we made this. All right, so we have 3 to keep for the Capcom Solo.
Yep.
Yeah.
Captain Blue, Amaterasu, and Sissel from Ghost Trick. Now we have this isn't a lot of wishful thinking. Nintendo pairs for Project Cross Zone 3, if it were to ever happen. Link and Zelda, Shulk and Rain from Xenoblade, Peach and Daisy, Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong, Pit and Palutena.
I think Pit and Palutena have to be in this.
Yeah, they're
I
very
agree.
chatty. DK and Diddy can probably go because they don't talk.
All right.
Shulk and Rain.
Those two would work well together. And I think you can. I think for working in Project Cross Zone, I think you probably have to cut Link and Zelda because Link doesn't talk at all.
Yeah.
Peach and Daisy would be funny, especially if Daisy just said, "Hi, I'm Daisy," every time she opened her mouth.
All right, so we've got the Nintendo pair.
Or that could be her super move. When she attacks the enemy at the end, she's like, "Hi, I'm Daisy," and whacks him with a golf club or something.
Okay, so we've got our 3 for Nintendo pairs: Pit, Palutena, Shulk and Rhyme, Peach and Daisy. So for Nintendo solo units and a potential Project Cross Zone 3, Midna, Yoshi, Takamaru from Takamaru's Ninja Castle or whatever the hell that game is, and Captain Rainbow.
Midna, yes.
Yoshi, no.
Yoshi, no. If there's no Mario characters. Captain Rainbow, I love Captain Rainbow, but I just don't know if it's right for Project Cross Zone.
Yeah.
Well, we are talking. I threw that one in there late. Just
I saw.
He's that game was crazy enough that it could probably work in this environment. But if we're going to cut it, I have no problem with that.
Yeah, I think that.
I'd rather see Captain Rainbow than Takamaru.
Yeah. But what other good Nintendo solo units would there be? Because now we can get to the point where I think we could probably cut maybe all of these.
It's hard to say. I mean, they don't really have a lot of solo characters that don't develop their own universe.
Yeah.
Right.
Unless you want to bring more Fire Emblem lords into it.
And they would.
You know what? Roy.
Oh God. Kill Takamaru and bring in Roy.
Yeah.
That's our boy.
All right. And now
you can probably hold on. Since there's no Zelda representation,
let's cut
Minda.
And we'll keep Roy and Captain Rainbow for now, even though I think they probably won't make it much longer. So we have our other pairs, which turned out to just all be Square Enix characters, because I think that if another company were to be added to this Namco, Capcom, Sega, Nintendo, Jamboree, it'd probably be Square Enix. So, as such, I have here's 4 pairs, and how about we'll just go down one by one and say yay or nay, because we're gonna have to start cutting things now. Sabin and Terra from Final Fantasy VI.
Nope, don't give a fuck.
I would say that I think they could pull it off with those two, or maybe Sabin and Edgar for the brother fun.
Yeah, I like Terra. That's all it was. Loto, who's the hero from the original Dragon Quest trilogy, and Dragon Slime.
He has a name?
Yeah, I looked that up.
Bitwise Lodo from Final Fantasy, the original one.
Oh,
I wish
Someone in the chat said Little Mac for Nintendo Solo. I'm putting that in.
oh yes.
That's amazing. Good call. Good call. I will give you a shout out, Ms. 1K3. Thank you. That is a supreme call. As much as I would love to see Dragon Quest represented, I don't think that's a strong pair.
No, maybe maybe the Rocket Slime as a solo unit.
Yeah, let's put Dragon Slime as a solo unit. Lara Croft and Adam Jensen from Deus Ex.
Oh, I see. That would be pretty
never
funny.
asked for this.
That would be funny.
I mean, that's why I had Hitman down originally and then changed it to Adam Jensen because, oh man, the localization team can have a great fun with, I didn't ask for this.
The only problem is I think this has to fly in Japan. I don't know how well known Deus Ex or Tomb Raider would be there. So.
Oh yeah. The other funny thing you could do with Tomb Raider is have, like old PS1 Lara Croft with brand new 2012 Lara Croft.
Lara Croft who's seen some shit.
Right.
Cloud and Squall from Final Fantasy VII and 8.
That's just so obvious.
Yeah.
And Cloud's a dick.
Makes him great, man. Layers. So for the solo characters from this imaginary Square partnership, Sora from Kingdom Hearts, Aerith from Final Fantasy VII, and Dragon Slime from Dragon Quest.
Those are good solo units. I think of all of them, we can probably cut Sora.
Yeah. Sora and given some of the proclivities of Project Crosso, maybe swap Tifa in for Aerith.
Oh yes, I would appreciate that as well.
All right. Okay. So now we need to start getting. So we want to have 5 pairs, 5 solos. So I'm gonna.
Oh, this is tough, dude.
Yeah. I'm just gonna.
So sort of like one per group.
Pretty much.
I'm gonna do some copy and pasting. Talk amongst yourselves.
There's a scene in Project Cross Zone 2 where all of the ninjas and Morrigan and Zero all argue about the best way to scale a vertical wall, and it's so funny. I love this game so much for that.
I'm excited to get to that point.
Yeah. It's just like 4 lines of dialogue, but it's so good. And there's even a Vanillaware reference in there too.
Nice.
All right, so we have 14 pairs, and we have 13 solos.
We have to get it down to 3 apiece?
5.
Okay. Oh,
okay.
God.
So, I guess, are you guys all looking at the document?
Yep.
I am. Get rid of Shulk and Rain.
Yeah, I think Fiora and Metalface is enough. I think if we're saving anybody from Nintendo, it would probably be Pit and Palutena.
Yeah. So let's take out Peach and Daisy. I think Classic Knuckles and Sonic Boom Knuckles has to go.
Oh, that's so funny though. You have to get rid of one of the Final Fantasy pairs. Can't have 2 in there. Yeah, I don't care which one you take out.
I'd keep Sabin and Terra.
Yeah, let's get rid of Cloud and Squall. Lordcraft and Adam Jensen, I think, have to go, even though it's funny.
Yeah, they won't play. How
about? So I think Pit and Palutena and Sabin and Terra are 2 that if we, I think they're locks.
Yeah. I think. I don't know if they'd get rid of X. Are X and Zero more popular, or are Walnut and Tronbon more popular? Because that's what's going to determine which Mega Man they use.
So X and Zero are more popular.
Way more popular.
Yeah. So maybe we cut that. I think Joe and Sylvia from Beautiful Joe, 100%.
Yeah.
So now we've got 3 with Joe and Sylvia from Beautiful Joe, Pit and Palutena from Kid Icarus, Sabin and Terra from Final Fantasy VI.
Jill and Chris are probably more popular than Barry and Claire.
Yeah.
So Now we need to pick 2 out of Mitsurugi and Taki from Soul Calibur, Pac-Man and Ms. Pac-Man, Vice and Ica from Skies of Arcadia, and Gilius Thunderhead and Tyrus Flare from Golden Axe.
Given how much they like ninjas in these games, I think Mitsurugi and Taki are a lock.
Yeah.
How about we do that, and then do we go Skies of Arcadia or Golden Axe?
I think we go Golden Axe for the game.
Golden Axe, yeah. That
breaks my heart a little bit because I love to see Skies of Arcadia love.
Skies of Arcadia is the one HD remake I want more than any other.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
I'm surprised it hasn't happened.
It was rumored for a while.
I know that the GameCube version is like stupid expensive now. Is it that much better than the Dreamcast version? Because that's the only version I ever played.
I think there's some additional content in it, but I'm not too up on the differences.
I used to have it on GameCube too. I don't know what I did with it.
I can probably get a hold of the Dreamcast version easily enough at this point, but
I still have it. Like I got a Dreamcast dirt cheap. It was probably like 2002, 2003, and I think where I bought it, like they didn't. It was like a GameStop when they were getting rid of them, and they didn't have a lot of games, but they had Skies of Arcadia, and I was just like, and that.
Lucky.
I was pretty happy. I think I got it for like $20.
So
it was in a CD jewel case though.
Of course.
Okay. But like it was in good condition and it worked. I played through it.
So on the solo list, I think we unfortunately have to kill Klonoa.
Klonoa.
And we probably have to kill Sissel.
You know what? I'm not willing to give that up yet.
Okay.
Let's
kill Roy. Can we kill Roy?
Yeah, let's kill Roy.
Because fuck Roy.
Even though that's probably the most logical one to actually happen. King of all Cosmos is in.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think if we've got Mitsurugi and Taki, I'm thinking we'll have to get rid of Ivy.
Yeah. Made up for by Tifa. Keep Tifa in there.
Yeah, because we did cut out the Final Fantasy VII connection, and that's going to be in everything now. So now we've got 2 locks.
Captain Rainbow's probably
I love the idea of Little Mac in this game.
I do like the idea of Little Mac.
Okay, so let's keep Little Mac, cut Captain Rainbow. So now we have...
you have to think, for Little Mac, you have to think that during the story sequences, it's Doc Lewis is going to be talking.
Yeah.
And Little Mac will just kind of be there. Training or something, always training when he's not fighting.
All right, so we have 3 that are locks for this: Little Mac, Tifa from Final Fantasy VII, and the King of all Cosmos from Katamari. We have 2 spots for Agent G from House of the Dead, Amiga from Samba de Amigo, Sissel from Ghost Trick, Amaterasu from Okami, Captain Blue from Beautiful Joe, and Dragon Slime from Dragon Quest.
Probably kill Dragon Slime.
Yeah.
Dragon Quest is tough because I don't think there's... I mean, outside of like the slime as an entity, I don't really think there's a character that's just like, oh yeah, that's the dude from Dragon Quest.
Right, that's true. Captain Blue would make a lot of sense, but his moveset is so similar to Joe and Sylvian.
I don't think that would be as fun and interesting.
No.
I think if we're going to have anybody from the Sega crew that's left, I think Agent G would probably be more fun than...
And he talks.
Yeah. So we got Agent G, King of all Cosmos, Little Mac, Tifa, and I guess it's Amaterasu from Okami. I'm glad that Sissel made it that far, which only made it that far because I refused to cut him early on.
Yeah.
If you haven't played Ghost Trick, the moral of the story is go play Ghost Trick.
It's real good.
So to recap, and in case you have no idea what the hell we're doing right now, we've been going through a big list of what we would like to see in a Project Cross Zone 3. We argued down a huge list, and we came down to 5 pairs and 5 solos that we would love to see in a prospective Project Cross Zone 3 that, who knows, maybe it'll happen. Didn't think a sequel would happen. That happened. So to recap, before we close out, here's our 5 pairs and our 5 solos. Gilius Thunderhead and Tyrus Flare from Golden Axe, representing Sega. Mitsurugi and Taki from Soul Calibur, representing Namco. Joe and Sylvia from Beautiful Joe, representing Capcom. Pit and Palutena from Kid Icarus, representing Nintendo. And if our dreams were to totally come true, Square would join the fun, and Save It and Terror from Final Fantasy VI would be a parry unit. On the solo side, we have Agent G from House of the Dead, representing Sega. We've got the King of All Cosmos from Katamari, representing Namco. Amaterasu from Okami, representing Capcom. Little Mac, representing Nintendo. And Tifa, representing Final Fantasy VII and Square. I didn't realize that we actually had 5, and it's one from each group.
Yeah.
There we go. We nailed
that's
it.
Eerie. That's eerie.
Yeah, and we'll probably have. I don't know. Do we want to put more about this on the site now that we've worked it all out?
We should put this whole thing on the website.
I think we should.
Let the readers.
The
readers decide.
We actually, I guess, since we do have people watching this, thanks guys. I'm glad you stuck with us. Ricardo Lozano says, was Ryu from Breath of Fire mentioned for Project Cross Zone 3?
Which one? That's the problem. There's not really an iconic one unless you want to give.
I played Breath of Fire on Super Nintendo years ago. I've never played any other game in the series. So
those are all on PSN now, I think.
I think so. Well, except for there's the one that's on Super Nintendo.
There's two on VC. 1 and 2, 3 and 4 are now on PSN, at least playable on the Vita or PSP, and 5 came out in Japan as a PS2 classic on PS4, but nothing yet from the
Okay.
And fuck Dragon Quest or Breath of Fire 6. Sorry, so fuck Dragon Quest 6.
I didn't
But
even know they went up to 6.
Ricardo said from the best Breath of Fire 3.
okay, I'll have to. Well, I'm probably not gonna have time to play that in the near future.
There's too many other RPGs.
Yeah, and
that's the one that just came out on PSP.
right, and it's playable on the Vita and Vita TV.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I might check that out. I think I'm gonna wait for a sale for it because I know I think I got Breath of Fire on PS1. I guess it's Breath of Fire 2. That was like a 99-cent, or was it 4? I don't know. There was one that was on PS1 that was on. I got it for 99 cents.
Yeah.
And it's downloaded on my Vita, waiting for like when I'm bored.
Cool.
I just got all 3 Nep games on my Vita. Did some rearranging.
Joy. Oh joy! I should.
Yeah.
I dusted my Vita the other day. I would like to play more of it, but there's too much crap on 3DS to play.
There was a funny picture from Mario 64 when he said the Vita's 4 years old today. It was a dust-covered Vita, and he scribbled a frowny face on the screen.
Well, how I know that my Vita's in great use is that it's been sitting there in the battery's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I charged it a month ago, so
I pulled mine out last week because of that sale, but I have a lot of I have about 250 gigs of Vita games, and I don't really play a whole lot of them just because there's too much stuff on 3DS.
Yeah, I mean that's what whenever there's a sale for Vita, and I guess like if you're here for Nintendo stuff. I think
Sorry,
we're done with that for now. This has gone off the rails. It's because Alex isn't here. Blame him. The thing with my Vita is that I have so many RPGs on it that it's just like I look at it and I'm just like I don't even know where to begin, man.
Yeah, same.
I finally I played a couple hours of Memories of Celceta, the Ease game that was like a Vita exclusive, and that's very good. But that's the farthest I've gotten into getting into my RPG backlog on Vita.
Yeah. I usually, it's funny that this is the same with John Lindemann. If you listen to RFN, I really only play my Vita on airplanes.
Yeah, and I don't even do that. And I think I forget what game, when I went to Colorado last month, I forget what game I was playing. But I think actually the game might have been called Sleeping on the Plane. That might have been what it was.
Yeah, I've got a lot of like visual novels and stuff that I have to work through on my Vita, and then there's the giant RPG backlog, which includes every Persona game up to 4, because I took care of that one already.
Wow. They're all on the Vita?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
wow.
You can play every mainline Persona on the Vita until 5 comes out.
Yeah, right. And then it'll end until Persona 5 Platinum.
Huh. Yeah.
Hopefully. Yeah. So, but I think at this point, I think we need to get out of here because we've got to get ready because next week's Pokemon Week, and there's like 9 different versions of it on the eShop.
Oh yeah, I forgot because they have the different language ones.
English,
Yeah,
French, and
Oh,
Spanish.
that's next week.
All-
if you're looking forward to downloading Fire Emblem Fates, you're watching this live. You've got a little over an hour.
Can I download it now?
we have a comment from Ms1K3, the brilliant person who came up with Little Mac. I grabbed my Vita a couple weeks ago and took out my SD card to put in my PSTV. Now the PSTV is collecting dust.
Ouch.
I've been keeping an eye out for a PSTV, but like it's the kind of thing like I think I'd get that and then still not play it. And it's not like the Vita's bad.
Me too. Really.
I need to find a PSTV because it's the only way I'm going to get my roommate to witness Danganronpa.
Yeah.
Although one's on Steam now, so I suppose I might be able to do something.
I heard that port wasn't great, but
Yeah.
I wonder how my Vita games would look on my big 52-inch
Probably not
plasma.
great.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. They seem to scale pretty well. That's a powerful little upscaler in that thing. And
Okay.
there's some Vita games like the Danganronpa shooter that you need a controller for.
no, okay.
Oh. Where did they put it on a handheld?
Because it was a Vita game or PSP game to begin with.
Oh, that's even worse.
Yeah.
I
well,
bought.
the shooter wasn't, but the rest of the series was.
Let's wrap this up.
Okay.
Yeah, let's get out of
I
here.
guess I have a dog to walk.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Zach,
I have to do that too.
yeah. Zach can be found on Twitter at zmiller1902. Neal is on Twitter at Enron10. I am at Donald Mick, or the other show that I do on the regular Nintendo Free Radio, the unofficial podcast of the NWR forums, which actually published an episode and has going to be having another 2 in the next week because I let a backlog build up.
Damn.
And that's why I haven't
Neal? See what he's doing?
And that's why I haven't played Project Cross Zone 2 yet.
Speaking of other things that we do, Zach, the podcast that Zach and I recorded or published 2 episodes of, recorded a 3rd that never got edited because Thanksgiving 4 months ago.
Right.
Xanstars should be coming back.
Maybe.
We're gonna try to do it monthly, but we'll see how that goes. If you want to hear Zach and me talk about random shit, and I can assure you that the episode that we will record next week will just be me talking about Young Justice for an hour and a half.
Dude, I'm gonna rewatch Young Justice.
Yeah, no, I've started. I'm like 6 episodes into rewatching it.
Is season 1 on there too?
Yeah, season 1 and 2. They just added 2. Season 1 was on there for a while.
Nice.
And there's like the creative teams trying to drum up support to have Netflix look into possibly trying to fund another season.
Right.
All right. So look forward to that at crosstalkwithaw.com. But until we meet again next week, thanks for watching, and happy Fatesing.